Welcome to a new video and episode on my monorail built from fischertechnik and controlled by a robo interface which is connected to a BeagleBoard Classic running embedded Ubuntu Linux, connected serially to a Minicom terminal, HDMI to this monitor which is currently standby, but which is necessary to boot the board, SD card as memory, hard disk actually, and a USB cable to USB hub, and from the USB hub to this robo interface, as well as to the networking for VNC, and everything programmed in Python. Last time or the last episode of 2 episodes, I made a change into a radical different setting. Having used this carriage for a long time without the results that I want, and then someone suggested some time ago to use a pulley system, and I finally decided to go for that, a pulley system. However, that doesn't work as well as I hoped yet. To summarize a little bit, first of all, in the past I used Diagnostics software because the two motors were interconnected, and last time it turned out that that could no longer be the case, because I figured out that I needed 2 separately controlled motors, and for the Diagnostics it is pretty not doable to control 2 motors at the same time, unless I know a way to overcome that. Until then, no more Diagnostics, but that also means that I can't control speed anymore, and I want everything to run slow speed at first, but we'll see about that. The carriage, very different. Balance weight, otherwise it drops off. One motor on this end, one motor, the same motor or the same kind of motor on the other side. Rope to be connected on a winch, and then this wire, for which I rewired the whole setting, or now part of the setting, still using the rails, and in the end, in the other end, connecting it to 2 wires to another motor, and 2 probes are here connected to see which signal is going on where. And I realized I had to use 2 motors because and that may be a reason why the former carriage didn't work out so much. One output, 2 motors, makes it either go slower and or one motor not working out that much. So as soon as I put this motor to its separate control, things start to work out a bit better, a lot better actually. However, it's still not doing what I like, because this one is set up rather flexible, should be fixed. The other one is not as centered as I want. So right now this part is rather parallel and this is anything but parallel. So I need to change the setting of this motor, the location. I need to change this one because now it is pulling away. So I need a part that is straight up. And then see whatever happens. So with all that said, let me try to make this more robust, make that one more robust, and change this one. Let's start with that. So now we are here with on the controller side, as you can see. This one needs to be fixed with this one or connected so that this doesn't happen anymore. My idea is to use this part, which is a connecting component for the L-shaped parts, and I might be able to show it better like this. Anyway, now I can't see it myself, so alright, let's try this way to put this one right here and to use this L-shaped part with two notches on either side. So first thing to do is to connect it in here, and next thing is to connect it, if possible, in the other side, and that may be a bit of a challenge, but it works. Alright, and then I found out that this is way too flexible. Alright, so I don't need to connect this, I need to connect it right here. Right, so I need to stabilize the motor. Which is something different entirely, and how to do that. Let's shift this one in. So now the winch is even more parallel to the rails, and now I have to find a way to somehow connect these two parts, and I can do that, I think, or can I? Not with these two parts, I'm afraid. If possible, I could use a connecting piece like I've used before, and then see if I can connect this one up here. That will be a very good one. And that twice because I have two motors. So let's see if stabilizing that one helps. So let's get some other parts. No, not here. Oops, there goes a camera. Alright, so I have constructed this, and that should fit in here. Somehow. Shifting the back a bit again. And whole construction up to provide more stability. And then this should work out with this connection piece. So this one connected with this one. And alright, this means that it is still very flexible. Because it's not connected on the other end. And the L shapes here are very flexible. So I might have to change that, but this is not too promising, although I can of course do the same trick on the other side. That for one. So let's see how that develops. Then this part. This will be replaced by this one. And the question is, how is that going to work? I have to disconnect the rope from the other end. And then I will have to see how this works out. So this is one thing. Bring the rope through. Not too high tech, but a simple knot, just like the other was. And alright, this could be it. Could be it. And then I have to fix it on the other side. Question is, of course, will this work? Well, I'm not quite sure yet. And then over to this side, where things get a bit complicated, because I've put some probes in here, but I will release the probes to have some space to work. It's quite delicate. And yeah, then what? I have to connect this one because that is way too flexible now. But another problem is that the construction here is completely different. So I have to put, maybe this is better. So I have to turn this upper piece here for 90 degrees. Then I might be able to connect them in the same way. So there may be some issues in getting that done, because I have to take this apart, turn it and put it in again. Ouch. Anyway, let's see. Alright, so this top piece was turned for 90 degrees. The motor was pushed back, just like the other one. Same construction here, and yeah, flexibility remains, but I hope that the tension of the cord will eliminate certain problems. So what I still have to do is fix this wire, which won't be too easy or very easy. Okay, well, that fits, and unfortunately it is fixed, not fixed on the other side. So now these are fixed, wire fixed. This is more or less fixed. I may have to stabilize it on this side as well, just like the other motor. But now for some testing, and because I can't use the Diagnostics, I have to change the speed in the program. So yeah, how will that work? That's a very good question, and that's a daring part of the experiment. How will this work out? First things first, program, and here we are. Let's set the whole thing to 2. I think that's wise. Or can I be able, will I be able to use the Diagnostics after all? So let me see how I can do that, if I can do that. Here we go, open, okay. I'm afraid I can't. I would be using 2 and 4, because those are the wires, those are the motor outputs that I've used now, and I can't skip quickly. Or can I? And which way to go? That's another one. Which way to go exactly? That's a very good question. The motors, because that is what I didn't think about until now. Let's close this one. The point is that the motors are actually just like the other, opposite of each other. Let's reason a bit further. So they are facing each other. So left to the to 1. So actually this side of this motor is actually the other side to the is pointing now to the other side of the motor. They're exactly mirrored, while this one is on the same side, namely over this track. So how is it running? That's a very good one. which makes it a bit more complicated than I thought. How to run it. And then it should pull the same way. And that's an ouch. Let me think properly. Alright, now testing with the Diagnostics, which came in handy anyway, has revealed that 2 and 4 run exactly the same way now. So right and right is for one releasing and for one pulling. So that's good, no problem. This is the schematics, and now I've made it clear because those motors have logos, and logo on one side green and red, motor 2, and that's green and red. So although it is the point I have now the problem, they are not really facing each other, so it seems so this, although the wiring is correct, it is not as it is in reality. Or I should turn this one 90 degrees, no, 180 degrees, then it is facing reality. And I actually could do that. So this one and this one, oops, and no, what am I doing? I need this one to be here and this one to be right here. With the logo, and then things, no, this one here, and this one goes here, this one goes here. And this is the way it really is. Logo towards logo, and then that one is green, that one is red, and yes, this one is green and that one is red. So this is the actual situation. Alright, apart from that, how do I want to have it done? One pulling, the other one not. Let's just test it. So this one goes out, and another one is I have to change all the all speeds now, because it turns out that the speed is very high with 7, and if you are doing it with propellers, then the speed has to be very high, but when you use a winch, speed can be actually quite low. And oh, I can demonstrate that, by the way. Let me put it right here, and okay, so mind this winch, as you can see, even the first speed is already quite high. So there's no need for high speed anymore. Anyway, everything is here safe now. Actually, no, there isn't, because this one has to be set to 2 yet. So everything's set now. Everything has been set to 2, that's alright. Save. Now let's see whatever happens for the first time. And yeah, things may go horribly wrong. But let's just see. And fingers to Ctrl C to find out how or not. Invalid syntax at 112. Really, why is that? Why will that be? Right. How come I can't see that? Alright. 112. Oh, right. There's bracket gone. Now syntax is alright. Okay, go. They're both right. They all have to be at the same direction, and which is the case. Let's do it again. That goes wrong because the other one isn't releasing. So now you actually can see that this one is bending forward. I will release it manually now. Alright. Once again, look what happens. Yeah. And the other motor isn't running at all. So we have a problem. Okay, releasing again. My oscilloscope as well. Yeah. The other motor gets no signal. That's a problem. And time is running out once again. So I have to find a way that the second motor gets a signal as well. I noticed it was a problem using the Diagnostics. I had to turn it all around, so I am not quite sure if that is a sticky motor as well. I wouldn't like that, not at all. Anyway, time is up. So with the reconstruction here and you can see it is completely drawn back. Modification here and a kind of reconstruction here. Problems aren't over. This motor is not getting a signal, and when it gets a signal it doesn't really speed up. So somewhere along the line there's an issue. Enough stuff to go on next time. So for now, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Give it a thumbs up, the video, like it, and leave a comment or suggestion. Also, you can follow me on Instagram. Please like it, leave a comment. You can follow me on Twitter. Please retweet, like it, leave a comment. You can show your appreciation by making a small donation via PayPal or Wired. Please see my website for details. And you can also choose to become a patron and have your name mentioned on my website and or with my videos, depending on the pledge you make. For now, thank you for watching, and bye bye. To be continued.